You know, usually when you guys see me on here, I'm drinking out of sadness. Today, I drink to the playoffs. Because let me tell you something, guys. You know, I'm not in the Heat Twitter landscape like I used to be. I got too many outlets already where I'm arguing with people and talking and yakking. You guys are probably sick of hearing from me, so but I see the pulse of some Heat fans all around, and I'm not a judgy guy, you know. Feel how you want to feel. I feel I understand some of those elements of the people who are like, oh, I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the run. I'm sick of the frustration. Blah, blah, blah. But however you feel going into tonight's game against the Chicago Bulls, truly look in your heart right now and feel the feeling that's right there. You know, that little flicker of light that turns into an inferno that is cocky Heat fan, and tell me you're not ready for another Heat Celtics series. I don't give a rat's ass what the odds come out and say. 14.5-point favorites for game one. I don't give a rat's ass what their record is. I don't give a rat's ass no Jimmy Butler, no Terry Rozier. I don't care about any of that stuff. Mind you, their dumbass metrics last year had the Miami Heat having a 3% chance to win the series. And I understand the Miami Heat don't have their star in Jimmy Butler. We do not have our Jim VP. But, this is not an unfamiliar foe, okay? This is not an unfamiliar foe. This is a team that has been coasting, easy breezy through the season. And let's be honest about it. Every time we line up against those dudes and they see those Heat jerseys, the cheeks get a little bit tight. And when everything's settled today in the plan, and I'm going to get to the recap of that in a second, and I heard those glorious chants of, "We want Boston." Not that we had a choice. "We want Boston." I got the goosies, dude. I got the goosies. And quite frankly, it was goosies galore, because that is the basis of everything that makes you a Heat fan. Not just that you love your basketball team, not just that you enjoy the games, but it is that South Florida, Miami arrogance and swagger that knows everyone's going to count you out in this series. And right now, all you can think about is you can't wait. You can't wait, because you think about, you take that game one, you waltz right into that stupid TD Garden, and you take game one, and you make that befuddled Joe Mazzulla, that lame ass Jason Tatum, all right, that carnival barker with no left hand, Jaylen Brown. Oh, everything has changed for me this year. And you have to make them, who have not had anything and no pressure to deal with all season long, they've been sitting pretty. And just like last year with Giannis and the Bucks, all they can think about is, oh no. Because you take one of these first two games, they're going to have to stew on it for 2 days. 2 days. And then come to your building. And that, my friends, is worth it enough to not have me want the Miami Heat to pack up shop in a dumbass play-in game that, yes, was woefully unnecessary. That Bulls team, you finished way ahead of them. The idea that there is any kind of tournament that has them having a chance to leapfrog you into the playoffs is stupid. They probably should have just canceled the play-in tournament in the Eastern Conference, but it is what it is. We're here now, and now we get to see if Tyler Herro, boy wonder, will get his chance to shine on the playoff stage, because he was absolutely marvelous today. After having a tough go of it shooting-wise against the Philadelphia 76ers, Tyler Herro did everything and more today. Was right there for a triple-double. He was just tremendous in finding his teammates. And this was a Heat team that just got off to a rip-roaring start in this game, dude. And that was courtesy of one Jaime Jaquez Jr. And let me tell you something about Triple J. This dude was scoring buckets immediately early in the game. Jaime hits a three in the corner, and he is talking shit right to the Bulls bench. I don't know what those bastards were saying, what the yammering was going on, but Jaime was giving it right back to him. And he was like, all right. And the Heat get off to just this unbelievable start. You had just a beautiful job from Nico to Bam, and they're calling. He posted this outlet pass to Bam Adebayo. Bulls call timeout. Caleb was hype. He was so excited for it. It really was. It was having everybody amped up for it. But and then Tyler, the Heat at one point 29-2 run in this first quarter. Tyler's going headstrong. Then he gets an alley-oop to Haywood Highsmith, and you're just like, damn, that was quite the ass kicking that they put on there. So they get into the second quarter. This was one where you're just like, you really were like, all right. You knew that in this game there was going to be some kind of offensive dry spell, especially the way that Miami started off this game. It was the second quarter. They scored 13 points. It wasn't anything to write home about. But Miami goes into the half, and you're wondering to yourself, you're like, all right, take care of the basketball a little bit better. They got to the free throw line a ton. DeMar DeRozan was kind of doing his best, keep the game afloat. The Heat were up 10. But I will say there were a couple of good moments in this game defensively from Nikola Jovic, especially in that second quarter. One, he had a clean strip of Kobe White, and the refs call a foul on it, and Spo was furious with the official. Didn't use his challenge because, you basically have to, literally tie his arm behind his back, probably, torture him to get him in that spot. But it was a great job by Nico. And then Nico had a chase down block because Kobe White ripped it from Tyler Herro, and Nikola Jovic was footsteps right behind him. Serbian swat right to the bleachers, dude. I'm so proud of you, Nico. Beautiful job. And Caleb Martin followed it up on Kobe White after that. Kobe White did not have the impact that he had the game beforehand. A 5 of 16 job from him. Finished with 13 points. Really, it was DeMar DeRozan or nothing for the Chicago Bulls today. They just did not have any of the offensive firepower. But this got taken over in the third quarter. By the end of the third, this puppy was over. And you got some really, really nice work. Jaime Jaquez, such a great job cutting to the rim today. His teammates were finding him. Nico had a sick one-handed dish to him to get to a slam. Put the Heat up 15 at that point. Bulls beside themselves, really don't know what to do. And this was really where Tyler Herro's takeover happened. He was going to the rim. He was being aggressive. He was getting to the free throw line. And then there was this scramble that happens where Nico's going. He kind of loses the ball. It gets to Tyler. And Tyler, doesn't – you're seeing it happen. You're like, Tyler, has the ball, but his body hasn't quite sped up. And when he gets caught up, he flicks it behind the back. Just a sick-ass pass to Caleb Martin. Nails the three to put Miami up by 13, 67-54. Bam would follow that up with a three ball, and it was just it was a really, really badass play by Tyler. Great game from him today. Can't say enough about his performance. He was finding his teammates, being open for his teammates, hitting buckets, going to the rim aggressive today. He had the floater work in, the 3-point shot. I mean, he was marvelous today. You look at his final box score. Tyler finishes 24 points. 8 of 17, 4 of 9 from downtown. Got to the free throw line 4 times. Perfect from the line. 10 rebounds, 9 assists. Just really the only thing you can put on him is the 5 turnovers. But whatever, dude. He had the ball in his hands the whole time. Let's not be squares about it. We were having fun, baby. And then Kevin Love. This is great. So Kevin Love gets in the game, and what Kevin Love is able to do in 12 minutes, this is the most productive man in 12 to 15 minutes that we've ever seen in our lives, with the rebounding that he could have, the kind of havoc that he was causing. He got to the free throw line. He played 12 minutes. He got to the free throw line 10 times, where he was a perfect 10 for 10 from the free throw line today. It's a ridiculous stat line. Like, go look at Kevin Love today. 12 minutes, 2 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown, 10 for 10 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds and assist, plus 19. Wild. He just remained like he and you were worried a little bit about it because it was like, is he getting banged up again? What was going on there? But he's an absolute menace. This was Kevin Love after the game, just talking about his crazy ass box scores.
The thing I look at most, it can be misleading sometimes, but we always talk about impacting the scoreboard. So for me, I've just been going out there and playing. I'm not really looking for my numbers. I think the thing that is large majority, mostly unselfish, is rebounding the basketball. So that's just what I look to go out there and do, space the floor, let these other guys operate. But certainly tonight and games throughout the season, I looked at moments where I could take advantage of certain opportunities. And some nights I'll have big nights, but just try to be productive in the minutes that I can. But body feels great, still feel great despite the gray hair.
Just as an aside, this is really funny. So I did have a couple Bulls fans that were sitting behind me, and the guy was like the most. Props to him. He's a hardcore Bulls fan. You're there supporting your team, trying to get into the playoffs, and he's just like, just come on, get a rebound, Jesus, get a rebound, rebound it. And he's just like, he just kept shouting rebound, and he was just so upset. And I just kept hearing like, rebound. They didn't rebound. Kevin Love was there. He got all the rebounds, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Heat outscored him 35-23 in the third quarter. It was, and then, Tyler out of the fourth really, he iced this puppy. He had a beautiful fast break bounce pass to Jaime, put the Heat up 24 at that point, and then he hits this sick three, puts it up in the air high over Big Vucevic, and that was it. All she wrote, we want Boston chants. Beppas was playing, and it was a beautiful thing to see. The crowd was loving it. Now, I will say, I didn't see this until I left I'd heard murmurs about this and rumors. I didn't get tagged on this, but apparently Mike Wilbon was being just a huge ass about the Miami crowds, which is not surprising. Some of you young Heat fans, I don't know if you remember Mike Wilbon, definitely been doing it a long time. Star PTI. PTI came out, I think, my freshman year of high school, and it was like the biggest show. Like everything you see today, we're overrun with sports content. Like PTI was the show. But this guy was like, when LeBron came to Miami and Mike Wilbon, everything you see these days of like Greenberg being a Jets fan, open Jets fan, Stephen A. being an open Knicks fan. It really started with Mike Wilbon as the first guy I remember, because he was like an ardent, open Chicago fan. Loved the Chicago Bulls. Big Jordan guy. Loved the Cubs. And when LeBron came to the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls were, the rival team, he would say crazy, crazy shit like, like Derrick Rose misses shots on purpose to get his teammates offensive rebound tip-ins. And you just be like, what? But he's always bashed Miami fans. So this is nothing new, but it's definitely like him like on a vintage tour. Like you haven't heard, it's like, I haven't heard this song in a while. Mike Wilbon being a rat bastard about Miami fans. So apparently Kendrick Perkins had come out and had said something to the effect of, I'm disappointed in the Miami crowd tonight. I'll let you hear the clip here. We can just play it, and we'll react accordingly to that.
It's when to go home. I'm just a little disappointed in the fan base of the Miami Heat. It's too many open seats in there.
That's not a great fan base at all.
Yeah, but
it hadn't been.
I have to imagine that the Boston Celtics, Stephen A.
A close game.
So you hear that. Not a great fan base. They're front runners. That's what Mike Wilbon's got to say. Let me just tell you right now. First of all, and I said this on the show today, like, I knew that tickets were available for this game going into this, and the building ended up being packed like I knew it would. But I knew from the start, like 7 o'clock start, it's going to look dicey to start this game because there's a reason Miami Heat, why they start their games on the weekend at 8 o'clock. Trying to drive around this city has never been harder. It is ridiculous trying to get to work. And it's all because these jackals who, are in the Northeast barking about how, fair weather our town is, have infiltrated us and have made it impossible to get anywhere. But yeah, look, there was part of me that was worried. I was like, what is the fan, because you go on Twitter and you're like, it feels like every Heat fan wants to jump out a window. And then some of the people I was talking to were like, oh, is the crowd going to be it? Dude. Yes, it doesn't show up until middle of the fourth quarter because our infrastructure here to get into that building is awful. And what do you know? Building was packed. Building was rocking. Peppers was playing. We want Boston chants. Tyler Herro, as Eric Spoelstra said, was electrifying the crowd.
Tyler's a competitor. So he's always going to bring a great mindset, to the game. And I think that's part of competition. Sometimes things go your way. Sometimes they don't. How you respond to it, how do you keep on showing up the next day and to the next opponent, the next challenge, I think that's what makes or breaks people in this league. And we needed a performance from him, tonight, and he did it on all levels. He did it defensively. He was a playmaker for us. He played off the ball for us. He knocked down shots for us, and he created stuff at the end of offense when we needed shot making. So he did it all tonight, and he also electrified the crowd, which, he's had a way of doing that, since his rookie year.
Tyler Scott was talking about you electrifying the crowd. Could you describe that behind-the-back pass to Caleb for the three?
That was lucky. I didn't even know I could do that.
Not only that, Tyler Herro even had something to say about the Heat crowd and giving them their props.
I mean, the problem this season hasn't been the crowd. I think it's more been us. So the crowd's been bringing it, honestly, all season. And, we're really excited to have this game be at home. I think it's the work that we've put in all season to have this opportunity tonight to be at home and to be able to come out with a win and have the crowd behind us is big.
But, for Mike Wilbon to come out here and say things like this old hokey type of take. This town it's full of great basketball fans and has been and has really you could sit here and you could say they're front running. This is a basketball town that holds their team to a standard. Has not seen a lot of down years of irrelevance like your bum ass Chicago Bulls have, Wilbon. I mean, like, you want to talk about an irrelevant franchise that has, the GOAT, Michael Jordan, and The Last Dance. All you have to cheer for over the last 10 years is a goddamn documentary. And you have the audacity to talk about, the Miami Heat fans are frontrunners. Let me tell you something, Wilbon. If you know how to use the internet and you ever get this, dude, I was at Jimmy Butler's game last year. 56 points, 8 seed versus a 1 seed. You would say an 8 seed crowd. That's a fair weather type of situation, would you not? Never have I heard that building louder, and I have been to finals games, Eastern Conference finals games, aplenty. And for anybody to sit here and have anything to say about the Miami Heat fan, the type of care they have, the type of passion they have, is just an ignorant dumbass. And he's not the only one. There's plenty of them out there. You guys want to take the same crowd shots 2 minutes into tip-off because you guys can take your stupid little subways or your taxis to get to your raggedy-ass stupid arenas that, yes, are more convenient because you just put, two teams into one. We put ours in the middle of a city next to a port and also in the middle of the Everglades. But they have been rocking. The Heat buildings have been rocking. The Panthers have been rocking. Dolphins, forget about it. There's a waiting list for the only guys you could really give that guff to in this day and age are the Miami Hurricanes. I would say the Miami Hurricanes fan, though they are very the passion is long and people want it. I would say that that's probably the most fair weather in town. Like, people will be like, when the Canes are awesome, the Canes are awesome. When they're not, everybody's like, whatever. And then obviously the Marlins have been, the flickering passion of anybody who's still holding tight to the Marlins to come out. Like, that's, but who could blame them? I mean, they're starting AJ Puck every 5 days, and he's awful. But people really have anything to say about the Miami Heat fan? Like, you're still doing this? You're still doing this lame-ass stuff? First of all, yeah, you want to know something? We're your vacation spot, dude. All of you jackasses moved down here in the middle of the pandemic because you realized how awesome it was. So now I got like half of you guys trying to take our seats down here in the building. And second of all, again, you seem to act like, oh man, nobody's here, everybody's gone. Why? Because the damn Ray Allen shot? Like, you're still holding that over the Miami Heat fans' head? Like, I haven't seen every other fan base head for the bleachers. I could find it anywhere, dude. I hear more "Let's Go Heat" chants during Rhodes game than I do "Let's Go Bulls" chants. Now, maybe that's because the Miami Heat are an actual good franchise and not irrelevant like the Chicago Bulls, who live in fossil times that, harken back to the days of Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, which were holy shit a long time ago. So to hear Mike Wilbon bring this old candor back was disappointing, not surprising, but whatever. Anyway, from one jackass fan base to another, hello, Celtics. It's us again. And let me just tell you something, dude. I just got 2 words for you, man. Don't lose. Don't talk all this year about, oh, we're a changed team and we've put the ghost behind us and we've put the past behind us and all the things you've said, you've chirped about over the last few years, whether it was, oh, the bubble didn't count. Oh, we won more quarters. Oh, that year was a fluke. We almost pulled it out down if Tatum's ankle. All that nonsense. You guys were supposed to steamroll the Heat last year. 3% chance they gave the Miami Heat. And now it's been like a cruise for you guys all season long. So your precious Tatum, who you guys like to claim as a star, and Jaylen Brown, the richest contract in NBA history, you traded your heart and soul, Marcus Smart, for Drew Holiday, who's a nice player. I mean, Miami Heat have obliterated him, but he's a nice player. Kristaps Porzingis, I'm sure that guy can stop Bam. You guys have had a lot of success with that over your time. It's not like you guys got rid of like the most successful weapon you've ever had against them, but it's okay. What could be the harm, right? It's just the Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler, and now they have Boy Wonder, and who's this with Jimmy Butler? Skill set and footwork with long flowing hair? Oh, what could Jaime Jaquez possibly do to you guys, right? What could Nikola Jovic possibly have for Porzingis? I don't know. What could they have? What could they have? What could Eric Spoelstra, best coach in the league, have up his sleeve? Not the best Jason Tatum stopper statistically in the league. Nothing like that, right? And man, so many intangibles. Going to be a lot of conflicted feelings in Boston, I imagine, with Dunks and Jovic and Herro and Love. Whew. Yeah, it's sweet. I'm glad it's coming here. First round series, Sunday. We got a double dip playoff day. Panthers, Lightning, Heat, Celtics. That's just a bitter day with bad feelings all over the place. and I can't wait for it. Boston. Don't lose, dude. Don't you lose to the Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler.